Chris Brintle. Chris Brintle.
Hey, the echo's gone. Newsradio 1270, 106.7 KIML. There was a massive echo. I had the output from the computer plugged into the wrong place. So, it's all fine now. Sounds
Echoes
good.
are cool sometimes, though.
Yeah. What about Echo and the Bunnymen? Not your kind of music, I don't think.
No. Not my kind of music.
It's
Now the Echo's back.
back. Okay, well, speaking of echoes, here's something from yesterday. Kind of brings something up again yesterday. It's an update, and I'm glad I didn't take you up on this bet yesterday. We were talking about this high school in San Antonio, John Jay High School, where two of the defensive backs blindsided the umpire, the referee on the backside of the defense. I'm glad I didn't take you up on your bet because, again, if I were able to record yesterday's show, I'd play it back for everybody. But Chris predicted that the kids would claim racism as their excuse for doing this. And sure enough, by the time I get home, the story's out. The kids claim that the official was throwing racial slurs at them. Okay.
Because I assume that's what officials do on the football field.
Yeah, in Texas.
Yell racial epithets to the players.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, the guy, anytime I hear racism accusations for people involved with sports, I automatically put up a shield and think that it's, that it's just, it couldn't be true. I mean, you end up sometimes where you have somebody like Donald Sterling who, I don't think he was a mean-spirited racist, but he was an old-fashioned racist. Okay, so, but for the most part, you don't really see hateful racists working in sports because it's a multicultural thing. I mean, why would somebody in the Ku Klux Klan work high school football games in San Antonio, Texas?
That's true.
I don't know anything about the umpire or the referee.
Of course, there was that KKK guy with the FUBU gear on that time.
Yeah, that is true.
That's classic.
Some of them aren't that bright. So maybe that's possible. But I just tend to not believe these stories when I hear them because it just doesn't sound believable.
Well, and really, let's just say that it is true. Let's just for a second say that he did say something racially hateful to these kids. Does it really justify what they did?
No.
It still doesn't really justify what they did. And probably this referee is not yelling racial slurs to these kids. It was probably about a blown call to begin with. They just use that to make themselves look, because some of these morons out here are going to be like, oh, well, that's understandable.
Well, that's exact. They know, and these kids have been raised their entire lives. These are 16, 17-year-old kids. They've been raised their entire lives seeing people get away with, literally getting away with murder because they claim racism.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean literally getting away with murder.
It's a plague that's really, it is kind of a poison that's delved into society.
Yeah.
And it's just never ending. And now, I mean, it's permeated so much that young teenagers are actually thinking, well, you know what? I can use that, and then I'll look better in the public eye now that I'm in the public eye.
And
it's kind of sad,
maybe
really.
I can get a sympathetic jury. They're Hispanic kids. They're in San Antonio. Chances are they would have a racially mixed jury if they did go to court. I mean, it's a misdemeanor charge, what they will probably be charged, and it looks like they're going to be charged.
It's sad because they're going to drag this guy through the mud. Now, this referee. Of course, we never 100% sure what happened. This referee, his life could be dragged through the mud based on a blown call because of some accusations.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It really is, because you know what? There is true racism out there, folks. There's people that truly hate others because of their sexual orientation or the color of other people's skin.
Black Lives Matter.
Right. There's true racism. It doesn't matter what race you are, but this kind of stuff takes away from that true racism, takes away from that true ignorance. And it's really sad.
Well, and here's. I mean, I've heard so many interesting theories on this. I was listening to a sports show yesterday afternoon. Stephen A. Smith, he turned up on Sirius, and I bought a car. It has a Sirius XM radio in it, so I was flipping through, and this station was on a commercial, so I figured I'd flip through and see what's going on, and someone called in to talk about this particular incident, and it was so and so from Texas. You're on the air. Yeah, I live down here in Texas, and there's lots of gopher holes. Those boys fell in gopher holes. They didn't attack that referee. They fell in a gopher hole. Rightfully so, he was immediately hung up on, which is the proper response for something like that. But it was funny. I mean, I could think of a million excuses. That referee called me a dirty name.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think the kids probably sound like that, but I don't know.
Probably not.
They're from Texas.
They might sound like that.
They are from Texas. So, my Texas accent is more like Mississippi and Alabama. But I only do a few very, very specialized things. I can do the Deep South, and I can do Alex Jones. It was a conspiracy. The New World Order fell on that referee. The New World Order ordered those kids to take down that referee. He was fighting for freedom.
With mind control. That's what they used.
They used suicide pills to control those kids.
Murder pills, suicide pills.
They're murder pills. Those kids had no choice. They had to attack that referee.
And we don't want to say what happens if they didn't attack that referee, what the repercussions would be.
Oh, it would be the end of the world. 1776 would be back again. That referee was a hatchet man for the New World Order. He had to be taken out of the game.
Oh, gosh. So one of these days, you need to do a whole show.
In Alex Jones'
Jones's voice.
I might have to do that.
Oh, that's good stuff.
I could probably get Alex Jones to call in.
Yeah, Alex Jones versus Alex Jones.
And do an Alex Jones
You can do
voice.
a debate. You can do a debate over 9/11.
Oh, I couldn't even. I couldn't even do that one.
No, that's not.
I'd for real lose my temper there. But.
Of course, I think we all would.
But that's the level of discourse you have on sports radio these days. Those boys fell in gopher holes.
That's pretty good.
They didn't do anything. They fell in gopher holes.
That is the proper response. But click.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you even mentioned that guy. You're just like, yeah, hang on.
Like, no, I can't take that call. That's not only a bad call, it's irresponsible. They said that too.
And stupid.
Yeah. I mean, it's Texas football. I'm pretty sure they take better care of their fields than they do anything else.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly better than their roads. Oh,
roads are pretty bad there, huh?
Roads are bad. And for a place that gets almost no snow, I don't have any idea how the roads get so bad, but they are bad. And plus that, it was a 15-9 game. That looks like all field goals. And in high school, it's all 20-yard field goals.
Oh, yeah.
So they get to so every time one of these teams got to the 5-yard line, they kick a field goal.
Well, apparently there wasn't too many gopher holes on the field if they're able to kick that many field goals in a game.
I mean, maybe it was a divot from one of the many field goals kicked in that game. 15-9. I thought Texas high school football was supposed to be exciting. That's like a 2004 Ravens score.
I do like defense, though.
I like defense too.
I miss those kind of scores where it's like 13-10.
But I had to suffer through so many 9-3 games. I never want to see one again. As a Ravens fan, that mid 2000s period after the Super Bowl and before Flacco, where Elvis Gerback and Kyle Bowler.
Oh boy,
Steve McNair gave us a little bit of excitement, but still the team couldn't score. I mean, I sat through so many 9-6 games, 9-3, 12-7. I mean, it's just terrible, terrible, terrible games. Okay, what do we have going on in sports?
Well, we have some Wyoming volleyball, Wyoming soccer, national news. Top 25 polls are out.
Okay. Ohio State number 1.
Yep.
Not a surprise.
10 ACC schools are in the top 25. Interesting.
10?
10 of them.
Well, that won't last.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay, we'll see you next hour. News Radio 1270, 106.7 KIML.
Don Carpenter on News Radio 1270 and 106.7 FM KIML.